Hi, I'm Susan Osborne, founder of SheBuildsABusiness.com. If you're watching this video, you may have come across the infographic that I created on the path of a female entrepreneur. And it's just a fun visual that I created that really illustrates a couple different common paths that female entrepreneurs take in their journey. Obviously, they're not the only two paths that can be taken, but they are two common ones with two very different results. And I wanted to illustrate that because, I wanted to give you a little behind the scenes story as to why I created that. I've spent most of my career on path one, which is not the ideal path. It's exhausting and it's tiring, and I don't encourage it, and which is why I actually started SheBuildsABusiness.com to kind of help women get through some of those stumbling blocks that they get through with specific how-tos on the nuts and bolts of doing things in your business. But I'm finally on path one, and so I was really inspired to create this infographic to see how many other women can relate to this. But I also wanted to share with you 5 things that have kept me on path one, and 5 things that that will keep you on path one for sure, and will prevent you from ever moving to path two. Mistake number 1 I had was just having the wrong mindset. I was always just, not believing in myself and not thinking I could really step up and do this. So mindset was really a big one for me. Number 2 mistake that I made was not seeking out support. I did everything by myself, and as a solopreneur, I think a lot of times we do. We're either afraid or we just don't think we can afford support. But really, even if you can't afford to hire a coach or a mentor, which I encourage, I seek out mentors and people who inspire me online, like Derek Halpern of Social Triggers, who I love, Laura Roeder and Stephanie Pollock, my coach, and Allie Brown, and my life coach Tina Games, and people like that, Pat Flynn. I would seek out these people who, and their websites and their blogs, and I subscribe to them because they inspire me and they challenge me to think, to raise, my thinking a bit. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Find people in your circle that will influence you and challenge you to think bigger. It's totally worth it. Mistake number 3 that I made, clarity. Just being clear on what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for, and what problem I'm solving, and why people should buy what I'm offering in terms of a product or a service. Just get clear on why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. 2 critical things you need to have. Mistake number 4, focusing on value. I, again, just focused on the wrong things. I was always thinking about money. How much money can I make with this? Am I going to get rich and famous? I really wasn't focusing on what am I providing and how am I helping people with this? And, that is key. That has been a big turning point for me, is changing my mindset from me, how I'm benefiting, to how I'm benefiting somebody else. And that's been huge. Number 5 mistake that I've made is just being consistent. Consistency is huge when you are trying to build a business. I often just went out of the gate running fast. I would create a website in no time. I'd get local media, I'd go get on the local TV station or get press, and I'd get some excitement built up, and then I would stop. I would just kind of lose interest, and my problem is I'm a starter, but a lot of us are, and we have a lot of ideas swimming around, and I would stop, and as soon as you get to the hard part, you kind of stop and go on to the next thing, and that was a problem I had. So for me, that's been another game changer with SheBuildsABusiness.com. And so now, I'm finally on path one. I'm totally excited and fulfilled, and just love when I'm able to provide, helping other women get through the how-tos and the stumbling blocks that often will stop you in your tracks, like creating a website or setting up your bookkeeping system, things like that. It's a great, wonderful path to be on. So I'm curious what path you're on, what challenges you're facing, and I would love for you to sign up for my newsletter right below this video. Just go ahead and sign up, and I will be sure and be in touch with you each week on some fun tips and things to help you move your business along as a solopreneur. It's hard because we're doing everything, but doesn't mean we can't have support. So I encourage you to sign up for my newsletter. And I'd also love for you to leave a comment and tell me what challenges you're facing, or what path are you on, or maybe you're not on path 1 or 2, maybe you're on a completely different path. I'd love to hear about it. And lastly, if you want to create your own infographic, this is not a commercial, but truly I used pictochart.com, and it is fabulous if you want to play around with creating your own infographic, and it's just a lot of fun. So challenge yourself, push yourself, think outside the box, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.